I have something really great for you guys. This is a example of how not to run Facebook ads. I found this inside my new client's account and it showcases so many mistakes. I'm really thrilled to share this with you because you usually don't see such things, right? You don't see this level of transparency, so I'm able to show it with you. We're gonna enjoy a lot of terrible ads here and a lot of terrible practices that definitely will fuck up your performance if you're doing the same thing, or if an agency or an advertiser does the same thing inside your account, you should definitely get rid of them. So let me get you some quick context on this. They ran ads from 22 of December to 31 of January, and the average ROAS was 1.19. The target was 2. They spent $14,000, and the product is a virtual challenge. This is a pretty strange product. Basically, people run wherever they are. They run in London and they get teleported on this virtual map across the length of United Kingdom. And basically, if you're a runner or a cyclist, this gives you extra motivation to really pursue whatever you're doing there. So the product, it's you could say it's an info product. There's a physical aspect to it because we have a medal. It costs $30 in New Zealand dollars. That's around 47. And what you see here are actually New Zealand dollars values. All right. So that's the context. They were trying to get 2 ROAS. They managed to get 1.19. And with this type of product, actually the new year is the best season because everyone has wishes. Everyone wants to run, I know, a lot of things. So during the Christmas season and during the New Year's Eve, they had very good ROAS, but the way they ran those ads were so terrible, it's not even funny. So let me get directly to a couple of mistakes that they did. Now, there were certain stages to it, so I know them because I research. I'm trying to get as much as possible out of those $14,000 that were spent here, but it's not a lot that I could work with, and here's why. So first week of them running ads, what can we see? They did 3 prospecting campaigns where they basically target the 3 continents. They were going after Australia, North America, and UK with the same approach on all those ads. So I'm just going to spare you. I'm just going to go into one of those. Here we go to the UK one because it was the most successful. And from the start, we see a lot of ad sets. Now, that's a pretty big mistake in my opinion. They had a good spend, right? They had, let's go to the second day here to see how much they were spending per day. So they're spending $15 per day on an ad set, and they've done that across 3 campaigns. So what this is a very common mistake. When someone goes to a new account at the beginning, they feel like, I have no idea what audience to target, so let me spread out very thin my budget so I can find out good audiences, right? That is not a good way to go about it, especially because this client had historical data. He had customer lists. He had like 1,500 customers at that point. So there's no reason why you should spread your budget so thin. The second mistake is he basically ran some masked convergence campaigns. He optimized for this TC Challenges page views event, which is the equivalent of a landing page. He didn't even gone after add to cart or checkout initiated. So another thing, when you're spreading yourself so thin across so many ad sets, there's no way for the delivery optimization algorithm to kick in and actually improve the performance of your ads. So he was way below those 50 conversions per day, actually 50 meaningful conversions per day, because if you're just using the conversions campaign as just to optimize for landing pages, that's the same thing as a traffic campaign. It's just going to send you a bunch of trash traffic that has nothing to do with the product you're selling. Another big mistakes that we saw across this account for those 1.5 month whatever they were running, they only had so little creatives, it's not even funny. So they only went with two copies during the whole month, and they had around, I think, 3 medias. Like, they've tried one video, by the way, it wasn't even produced by them. It was an already demo on the website, and then they had a carousel of all the other challenges, and then they had a particular carousel of a single challenge. So that's pretty much it. That's what they tried on $14,000. They tried basically 3 types of creatives. That's mind-blowing to me, because I mean, they were not even doing Facebook ads. They were just, I guess they were doing like some button clicking stuff here. I don't know how to call what they were actually doing. They basically just duplicated stuff, tried to change the audience, and that was it. Call it a day. And after this period of Christmas where they simply tried the same thing over and over again, as you can see, at some point, things were not working well, especially after the Christmas period. So they just duplicated and just renamed the campaign, Reboot V4, Reboot V5. But guess what? Of course, those things weren't really working. They got to the point where they even tried lookalikes of page engagements, right? I've seen not even even their retargeting is really messed up. Let me show you this. If you go during this period, guess how they try to retarget their audiences. They've done it by running reach campaigns. That's unique reach campaigns. And obviously because of that, so the best way to do it, I'm just going to give you some quick advice here. Obviously, I'm just a huge hater of whatever happened in that account. But the thing is, if you want to run good retargeting, even if you don't have enough traffic, but by that point they already spent, $3,000, that's enough traffic for you to be able to run something else rather than reach. Make sure to run dynamic ads. Make a carousel. Come on, it takes a couple of hours, and you won't need to do what they did here, because what they did, they built an audience for each separate landing page, and then they targeted those with the same landing page. Like the people who saw the Land's End's landing page, they showed the Land's End's landing page. And because of that, because those audiences were extremely low, we had some insane CPMs here. As you see, $42, $49, $47, extremely high CPMs compared to the prospecting campaigns, right? So they didn't get the prospecting right. They didn't get the retargeting right. They simply tried the same thing. So probably if something is not working, duplicating it's not going to make it work. You just have to create more angles. You just have to go out there and put in more work into understanding your audience and see what they want. Why do they even want to use this product? This company has organic users. People actually love their stuff, and that means you just have a messaging problem. If you can't really drive traffic towards this business, and if their economics make sense, and in this case it makes sense, getting a 2 ROAS, it isn't supposed to be that hard, then I think you're just very terrible at writing ads. And come on, they didn't even write ads. At some point they just started to copy from the landing page, and they put that into the ad text, which is just deplorable for a company that spent $14,000 in 1 month, the month that's supposed to be like by far the best month of the year for this type of business. So guys, I don't even know if you see so many campaigns, if you see literally, so they had 26 campaigns, and let's see how many ad sets were total in 1 month. 312 ad sets. That's just mind-boggling. How can an agency that spent $14,000 in 1 month, I mean, I don't even want to see other accounts that they ruin through those strategies. And I guess that's what happens when you base your knowledge on, I don't know, drop shipping courses, because that's the only place where we see this advice of, man, you got to create 100 ad sets of the same thing, just place 2.5 and just, throw the dice, see what works, see what doesn't. The thing is, in the real world, that shit doesn't work, all right? What you need to do is get a good enough audiences, and definitely look like 1% of the purchasers is a good enough audience, and try as many different ad angles until something sticks. This is not a problem with the audiences because they've tried the whole fucking thing. They've tried fitness activities, they tried fitness apps, they tried lookalike of email list purchasers, they tried website visitors, they tried page engagers, they tried people that are interested in the actual location where those challenges are supposed to be run. So they've tried everything in terms of audiences. Obviously, it's much easier to blame Facebook or to blame that, the machine doesn't work than you actually putting in the work and creating the copy. So that's why I'm super confident that I can improve whatever they tried here. I'm going to give my best to understand the customer. I'm going to give my best to write good copy. And I'll try as best as possible to also find some better medias. Because if we go in here, just take a random assets, yeah, this is not good enough for social media advertising. It's super boring videos, with this type of stuff. You have your logo for the first 3 seconds, most important seconds, then, shitty. Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. This isn't cut it in 2019 for social media advertising at all. So I'm super confident that we can take this client past 2 ROAS, just based on the fact that those guys got 1.19 with those track tactics. That's just low effort. Just please look into your seller accounts. Key takeaways, for the God's sakes, don't create so many ad sets when you start a campaign. Try to focus your whole budget on one ad set so that ad set actually gets to the point where the delivery optimization algorithm kicks in. All right? If it's not going to kick in, you won't actually know. For how many weeks are here? I think for 5 weeks, they ran only on learning phases. Not a single ad set got to the point where it has the learning phase completed. That's just sad. All right, guys, I'm going to quit the rant here because I could be talking about how bad this was for probably 1 week, but let's see if I can actually improve this. You're going to be able to find this because I'm doing a real-time case study of the whole thing. I've already posted some videos about, doing the audit, seeing their numbers, see if the tracking works or doesn't. So if you're into that, if you want to see a real-time case study, just follow my videos and you'll see what happens in the end with this particular client.